received your application that you filled out online for the car loan. I definitely can help you. I know how to do these loans so they go through nice and smoothly. I like to get all the hard work done first ahead of time so that there's no surprises. Everything's in order. You know the vehicle. You know the payment. The loan's in place. The dealer's on board. There's nothing left to do. I just need to find out a couple pieces of information from you, like what kind of vehicle you're looking to buy. Like a four-door car, or just trying to find out what your goals are. Okay, got it. So what year is that? Do you want to trade it? Keeping that. Okay, good. That's your fun car. Not your daily driver. Like a mid-size, not a compact, right? Okay, just want to make sure I get that. So what I typically do is I give you a couple parameters to follow. You can look at the inventory based on, payment to income ratio, which is something the bank will kind of set for us. I don't know if you're working with a credit union. We do close for, all kinds of, 40 different banks and credit unions, but usually they'll say, if you have $3,000 a month income, let's not let his payment go over like $425, and you probably don't want that either. So I'm going to give you a parameter that it's going to be even, lower than that when you're looking at the inventory to follow when you're shopping. Which roughly, you probably, to be at a $400 payment, you probably don't want to go over like $13,000. And that's with about 1,500 bucks down, by the way, this parameter that I'm giving you, which covers some of the tax title license and doc fee. It's, I just kind of use this as a number to start off with. You may score better than most and get a lower down payment, or you may need more money down. There's 12 different tier levels on how you score. So I just give like a middle number, right? Just when I'm giving out parameters. There's just different types of loans when you're shopping at the inventory. So the 12,000, 13,000, you want to keep, the miles as low as possible, because otherwise if the miles go up, the price has got to come down. Keep that in mind, because you can't stay on the high side of the money and be on the high side of the miles, because then you're going to be on a really high side payment. All right, good. You get all that. So it's real simple. I just ask the customer, go to the inventory. Do you shop online at all? Can I send you the link? And then, all right, cool. So if you can look at the inventory and see if there's a couple vehicles you'd consider, I usually like to have the customer send me a few ideas. I'm just telling you right now, I work off of usually 550 to 600 vehicles in inventory, used cars. And not every one of those are going to work, because even, when you narrow down to your price range, you still got to narrow it down a little more. And the reason why is because you might send me a stock number that has a weak book value and the bank's not interested in that car. So like, we got to marry the deal is what we're going to do, between you, the bank, and the dealer. So all three of you are smiling before the test drive, because what if you find a vehicle you really are interested in, and then you go test drive it, love it, and then we go to show it to the bank and the bank turns their nose and says, sorry, that's not going to work. Sorry. Because there is that part of this equation that it's relevant and it could happen. So I just warn the customer, send me a few stock numbers. Then what I do is I take those stock numbers and I find the values, I show them to the banks, and then whichever one we go back to the dealer. I can usually get one of them to work. Before I come back, when I come back to you, after you give me the stock numbers, I'm going to come back to you with something and say, okay, here's the reason why this one doesn't work, but I did get this one to work. And so it's just kind of, getting that kind of out of the way. You don't want to randomly test drive, because then you're just putting yourself on a roller coaster ride, and then it can be a frustrating experience. And I promise you, I will avoid all frustrating parts of this for you if you can just, send me some stock numbers. Let me do some number crunching and give you the green light, because you don't want to find out that you have a red light after the fact, right? So, okay, so I'm Toby, and it's So it's BillWalsh.com. You've heard of Bill Walsh. Been around since horse-drawn buggies on Main Street. He's a dynasty dealer, believe it or not. That's how 160 years, one of the firsts, right? So he's got a high quality of used cars. I'm very confident I don't have customers that call me back and complain. We just need to send me a couple vehicles that you'd consider, and then I can do that number crunching with the banks and the dealer in the morning. Okay, sounds good, Cliff. And then if I don't hear from you, I'll just follow up with you, but just text me back or call me back. I answer my phone until 8 o'clock every evening. You're probably the last person I'm going to talk to tonight. But I didn't want the whole day to go by. I didn't hear back from you. I sent you a text. Do you text message? Oh, I got you. Work hard. You're a hard worker, aren't you? I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to say that I was mad at you or anything. I was just letting you know that I didn't want the day to go by without us talking, for a moment. So I am going to clock out of here in 15 minutes, but I'm going to send you the link and then take your time tonight. Look at the inventory, do your research, shoot me back some stock numbers, and then I can go to that next step and line it up and make it easy for you. You're well. Bye. Good night, Clifford. Thanks for taking my call. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hello. It was great talking. Exclamation point. Here's the website. Colon www.billwalsh.com. Dial 708